Wondering what it will really take to move from functioning to flourishing? Let's see what the science suggests. Hi there, Michelle here from McQuaid TV, where we're helping you find ways to move from functioning to flourishing by putting the latest science to the real-world test. Now, as I travel around the world giving talks on how to have well-being at work, people often ask me, where's the roadmap to move from a world of greyness towards a life that feels full of colour again? So based on all the research I've reviewed about improving well-being, what have been the biggest aha moments that have made a lasting difference in my work and in my life? Well, drum roll please. My first aha moment came while I was sitting in class with Professor Martin Seligman, the founder of positive psychology, and he told us that he was replacing his theory of happiness with a theory of well-being instead. Now you see, I'd spent most of my life chasing happiness, sure this would be the magic ingredient that created the life I dreamed of living. The problem was no matter what I seemed to try or how many happy experiences I collected, the feeling just never seemed to last. I needed something more solid. So rather than happiness being the goal of life, Marty's new theory proposed our goal should be to flourish, individually and together. And that well-being, and in particular the pillars of positive emotions, engagement, relationships, meaning and accomplishment, were the path to get there. But what would that mean practically, day in and day out? Well, my second aha moment came when I was reading the research of Professor Barbara Fredrickson on different actions we can take to improve our well-being. She concluded that just like going for one run or eating one piece of broccoli won't suddenly make us healthy, the same is true when it comes to our well-being. Instead, we need to use the tested practices of positive psychology to build life-expanding habits that little by little remake our lives from the inside out. If I wanted to flourish, I was going to need to build some daily well-being habits. But would these changes really last? Luckily, my final aha moment came when I stumbled across the research of Professor Sonia Lyubomirsky, who is exploring what it takes to make well-being changes stick. Unfortunately, it appears we adapt to almost all the good things that happen in our lives because of the creeping toll of normalcy and our ever-increasing expectations. But I can't tell you what a relief it was to realise that the reason everything around me felt grey, even though I had what looked like an incredible life, was simply because I'd adapted, and that this was a normal part of human functioning. I was even more relieved to discover that by keeping things novel and not comparing myself so much to others, I could quickly restore the colour back to my life and keep it that way going forward. So how can you practically apply these aha moments of well-being over happiness, the need for daily well-being habits, and to keep your actions novel and fresh if you want your well-being to last? Well, I started with 5 steps based on Marty's theory of well-being. To feel good by cultivating heartfelt positivity, to get engaged with life by using my strengths regularly, you know, those things I like doing and was actually good at, to make connections with others and savour the feelings of warmth and trust that this created in my relationships, to live purposefully by being clear about what gives me a sense of meaning in my work, and to keep growing by challenging my fears and building my level of grit to accomplish what mattered most to me. And while these steps took me a long way forward, I soon found that there were 3 more steps I needed to consistently flourish. To be well by eating, moving and sleeping wisely so I had the energy to show up the way I wanted. To value habits and create small, busy-proof rhythms that kept me on track day in and day out. And to keep it fresh so I didn't adapt to the good things that I was creating in my life. When I put all these 8 steps together, I was finally able to embrace the raw, messy magic that is life and show up in ways that brought out the best in myself and in others. Now, that's a lot to take in, so if your world's feeling a little bit grey at the moment and you'd like to restore some colour to it, head on over to michellemcquaid.com and download my free ebook that'll take you step by step through these 8 changes that you can use to move you from functioning to flourishing, no matter how busy your life might be. And if you'd like to flourish a little more right now, then share this video with your family and friends, especially those who might be feeling like life's a little bit grey at the moment. This one kind act will brighten your day and theirs. Thank you so much for watching McQuaid TV. Remember, you are good enough, so don't be afraid to let your light shine. Until next time, take care. Step 1, don't overdo the positivity. Step 2, spend plenty of time on your ass watching the TV. Step 3, ignore everybody. Be an island, man. Live for yourself. Step 4, do things only in your own interest and never for anybody else. And step 5, just don't try to accomplish too much. Take it easy. Sit back, let life pass you by.